on Made in SA, we are spending time with Joy, who's an aspiring visual artist, and she wants her art to touch and educate everyone who sees it.
Toro yaka ke go bona art yaka ile everywhere. Ke nya go bona art yaka ile mo diaparong, ke nya go e bona mo mabotong.
I think as a visual artist, you have to develop a high degree of discipline. You need to definitely put in the hours and put in the time, because at the end of the day, you're putting out work that you're proud of and comfortable and happy with.
This is how we roll on Made in SA. We celebrate young people of excellence and give them a kickstart on the road to making their dream a reality.
Lebitso la ka ke Joy Gare. Ke dula mo Orchards, Pretoria North. Ke na le 23 years old. I'm turning 23 today. The best thing about Orchards is that there's a lot of peace and quiet. There's also a lot of nature around us, I guess. I grew up with my father and my grandmother back in Polokwane for most of my life before moving to Pretoria to join my mom. She had always been moving around due to her work, so I didn't have her for most of my life.
Honestly, I don't know how she's coped, because there's a lot that's happened. There's a lot. She's really strong. So I really don't know, but I can only say God for now. Like, God is the only reason why she coped.
Moving from PLK to Pretoria, at first I was happy, and then new challenges arose in the family. Me and my mother were not on good terms for the most of it. I think also the divorce between her and my father affected her in a certain way, but we overcame it eventually, and I was always just happy to have her around anywhere that I am. I describe myself as a spiritual person, a fun-loving person, empathetic person. I would describe myself as a kind person.
Bubbly, outgoing, Joy, orata o leka dilo tse di ntshwane, and happy.
I love drawing just to keep busy. So usually during the day, I just go out, look at something that's interesting to draw, and I start sketching it. I think more than anything, I do art for love, and also I love being around friends and family.
I've been friends with Joy for, I think, 5 years now.
And my name is Michelle. I've been friends with Joy for about 6 years now.
Joy interesting. She's fun to hang with, and we have a lot of common interests.
She's down to earth. We actually got into a little bit of art, so we discovered each other through that.
Joy ke motho o mo clumsy, o rata o thula dilo, you know.
All over the place, Mara. Always have something white gray.
Oh, I couldn't work when it comes to lying.
That's kind of tough.
I can't think of anything that Joy does that I don't like.
She's very in touch with her emotions. You can just see the emotion on her face. If it makes her cry, she's gonna cry right now. If it makes her mad, she's gonna act up right now, right here on the spot.
If she's always gonna come to my food.
Joy, her taste in music, what she listens to, her taste in art. That's what I like about her.
She's more in touch with reality. So everything about her is just wonderful. It's amazing. She's an amazing person.
I think Dora Joyoba, visual artist, it's perfect for her. Even since she was born, before she knew that she loved art, everyone could see it. Okay, artist.
Art has always been my go-to for everything that I've had challenges with. If I could just draw, I could feel myself being relieved of the stresses. I think to cope every day, I had to draw down my feelings, to jot them down and leave them on paper.
Dora Joy, who I'm a visual artist, it's a very good thing because it's her. She's a very good artist. She knows how to draw. She knows how to. She's creative. Everywhere,
mo ke bona go ngwala ga be ke ngwala be ke colora be ke draw.
Tempo cha gore Joy ka fitlhela gore o studisha visual arts. She has that drive. Ona le pishayelo.
Ke nana gore go botlhokwa gore ke latele toro ya ka gore ke bontshe le bana ba gesho le batho kaofela ke ba inspire gore you can pursue what you love and your passion can reward you.
Maybe akabereka on being organized, and then utlabasha.
To get closer to my dream, I visited art galleries to see different people's art, and I also enrolled to study art.
Even when there was a time where she like stayed at home and didn't go to school. She was just drawing and designing things for the Chomita High. Others were buying, even what Sabatsebeng. So I feel her Joy, like she's really working on Doroya High, Yoba, a visual artist. So she'll definitely get there.
So Joy, I think you got this. I think you got this. Good luck with everything.
You know you've been waiting for this. You've been. So now this is your chance. Go make us proud.
Joy benefit from Coach High is definitely her marketing skills. I'm not sure how it goes, but I'm sure after that she'll know how to market herself.
Happy birthday to Joy, whose birthday is obviously today. Hopefully a coach at her challenge will be a great birthday present. Let's see what her coach thinks after the break. The career of a visual artist is not just about talent, but also work ethic, discipline, and the ability to create something new out of nothing.
I'm thinking that I'm going to meet somebody who is going to show me the ropes because I haven't really been exposed as an artist. So I want to talk to somebody who has been there.
My name is Cindy Sonyoni, and I'm an independent graphic artist, and I work in the creative industry. My journey started quite early on in my life because I've been drawing since I was about 4 years old. Growing up in Zimbabwe, where we had a lot of pop culture, so I grew up on comic books and cartoons and everything that was happening on the TV. So I got into the habit of always, whatever I'd see on the TV, I'd quickly run back into my room and try and recreate that. So that's how I developed a way of drawing from memory. So what I love most about being a visual artist is that you can choose which projects to work on, because most of the time, in fact, you want to work on stuff that is in line with your belief systems or what you're comfortable working on. So I think that ability to choose which kind of projects to work on is something that I enjoy quite a bit.
Today, I'm ready to learn more about how to brand myself, how to promote myself, what everything is going to require of me, and the kind of mistakes I should avoid.
There are no shortcuts to the road of success, and I think as a visual artist you have to develop a high degree of discipline. You need to definitely put in the hours and put in the time, because I think developing a process where you are constantly refining honing your skill to get to a degree that you are first of all happy with, because at the end of the day you're putting out work that you're proud of and comfortable and happy with.
I'm very secure about the quality of my drawings and my art because I believe that this talent has been there since I was born.
In this industry, you're doing a lot of work for clients. So sometimes in fact, most of the time, you have to put your ego aside and answer the brief that the client has put forward in terms of finding a solution, a creative solution to the problem that your client might come to you with.
If today turns out to be a complete disaster, I'd be very disappointed because I'm looking forward to a lot. I'm expecting a lot. When things get difficult, the thing I tell myself is that I will never be fulfilled if I don't do this. Nothing else will fill in the gap.
Okay, cool. So you were telling me about how you started out.
I started drawing when I was still a baby.
And why particularly, like, what drove you to want to pursue a career
in art?
Yeah.
I think the talent.
Yeah.
And also, my dad is one of the people that taught me how to draw.
Did you bring some of your work?
Yes, I have some of my work here.
Let's have a look. You have a way of keeping it from smudging?
Well, I just make sure that there's not too much of it.
You can buy even hairspray. Mm-hmm. They won't smudge.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
No, you can. Most of these, are you drawing from memory, or do you look at references?
At first, I used to just draw.
Yeah.
But this one I referenced. This one I referenced.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So are you ready for your challenge?
Yes, I'm ready.
Because it's not a surprise. We're going to be working on your storybook.
Okay.
Your storybook. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on your characters and your storyline.
All right.
And see how those work together in terms of, like, we'll be developing your characters to see how we can refine them, and I see how it fits in with the narrative, your overall narrative of your story.
All right.
So let's have a look at your
Okay.
what you have.
It's a little bit rough. These are my characters. This is the queen. This is my main
she's
character.
your main character. Okay.
Yes. She's the queen of the village in Eastern Africa.
Okay.
This is her academy. She's a part of the village as well. And then
So is all this going to be taking place in a fictional?
yeah, it's a fictional setting.
Yeah.
They have powers. And there's this one. She's a warrior.
Yeah.
And
So do you feel your story is going to lean more to, like, the supernatural, superhero?
well, I want it to be a bit like that.
Yeah.
But mostly it must concentrate on values and teaching children to, especially girl children, to have their own.
So something empowering.
Yeah, something empowering. I based the story on lions. As you can see, her head, there's a lion.
Yeah.
So they've been given their power by lions.
So the challenge for today is for you to develop more this dark side. Mm-hmm. So I just want to see how you're going to develop more on this character. What are her powers? You know, what are they drawn from? Just add all those sides of the story that will give the whole thing much more meat. And let's see how that will just play out. My first impressions of Joy is that she's very, very, very talented. Just before, well, she just put out like 3 pieces of work, and I could already tell, like, the process that goes behind her work.
I love my coach. And I just wish he could adopt me. I love my coach so much, and I love that he's so insightful. Clearly, he has the experience, he has done a lot.
She has very big ideas in the sense that she has quite a few opinions that she wants to put across in her work, and I think that she's going to go very far with her craft.
A glowing report from her coach, but now the pressure is on. And Joy needs to reveal that she has more than just talent, that she has a voice and something to say. Joy's coach has challenged her to work on the villain character of her graphic novel. Let's see where she goes with it.
When I heard what my challenge was, I first thought of something that looks evil, something that would be African, something that would represent what looks evil in Africa.
So the challenge is that we're working on her idea of a storybook, and that she wants to tell a story about the two sides of good and evil. And more or less what we're working on right now is developing the characters for both sides of the story.
I really needed something like that. I wasn't thinking about developing the evil side, but I was not sure exactly how I was going to do that. So I think this is giving me direction, and it is also helping to develop my story as well.
So I chose this challenge because it's something that she's currently working on in her life. So I thought it was a nice opportunity for her to develop it more in terms of the career path that she's taking.
With the challenge, right now, I have developed this character. I'm still trying to give her a name, but I know exactly how she should be. I know exactly the kind of person that she is. I wasn't sure which feeling to tap into, but I knew that I'm supposed to create a villain for this character. So I went back into my vision for the story and the kind of villains that I would want, and to give the children the kind of villains that they hear about, African villains that they know. So I tapped into that and I put ideas together.
So, how did it go?
Yes, this is the final product.
So this is your main character from the dark side, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And this is the one who gets her powers from the hyenas.
Yes.
Why did you choose the hyenas, by the way?
Because usually they're the natural enemies of lions. So hyenas and lions always clash, and I figured it would make sense in the story too.
Did you consider maybe, since she gets her powers from the hyenas, are you going to incorporate some of like the characteristics of an actual hyena in her so that she becomes almost morphs into like a real hyena? Or
definitely.
Have you considered that as well? Because I think it might give the character an extra edge. So I think maybe you can take cues from those tales where the human is like half human, half animal.
Yeah.
To give it a bit of fun edge. But again, it's how you like want to tell your story.
I think with her, the hyena laugh goes together with her witchy ways.
Okay.
Yes, and her stealing, also like the way hyenas love stealing from lions.
Okay, so obviously this is more or less the first phase of your character development, you know, and I think it's definitely going in the right direction because now I have a sense of what the overall story is going to look like, and I like the direction this is taking, and obviously we can develop more on this until we get to the final, finished product. But since this is all the time that we have, and I mean, you did very well in this challenge, I should definitely commend you for that. But I mean, you're more than welcome anytime to come through, and if you need some help with your techniques on how to reproduce this, and also like styles on how to create more of these characters, you're more than welcome to come through and spend some time with me, and yeah, I'm very open to that.
Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate all of the advice, and I definitely have learned a lot from this process.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
So my impression when I first saw Joy's body of work was, in fact, first I was very excited to see the process that she puts into like creating her characters and her drawings. So it was good to see all the sketch phase and how she experiments with different marks. She has not only does she have a large body of work, but her process. When I refer to her process work, I'm talking about how she experiments a lot with sketching something quite a lot before she gets it to a phase that she's happy with and she's happy to proceed further with. In recent years, the internet has been a blessing for a lot of us artists. So I think for now, what she needs to focus on is having an online presence and having her work up online so that it can actually be accessible in terms of how she will get commissions or get work, and just basically have her own voice.
My day was awesome. My highlight is being in this amazing space. I love seeing all of the artwork. I love being inspired by everything that I've seen today. My coach was awesome. I think the hardest thing that I had to do today was channel into my own style, into my own creativity, because there's so many different things around me. But I enjoyed today so much, and I've learned a lot.
My overall impression of Joy, I love her ambition, and she has a very sound and good work ethic, in that she really believes in her craft, and I think that's something that's going to be very going to be to an advantage to her along the way, because a lot of artists aren't very confident with their putting out their work from the onset, but she seems very comfortable with her craft, and she is very open to developing it even more.